In the half-century since the U.S. cut political and economic ties to Cuba following Fidel Castro's communist revolution, the two countries have maintained a deep human connection. Now, no one feels that bond more strongly than dancer and choreographer Pedro Ruiz. Pedro and his family are among hundreds of thousands of Cubans who left the island in the 1980s seeking greater opportunity in the U.S. He arrived in New York at age 18 and was discovered by Ballet Hispánico, North America's premier Latino dance company. He became one of the country's most acclaimed dancers and choreographers. Earlier this year, Danza Contemporánea de Cuba, the island's top modern dance troupe, invited Pedro to Havana to create a dance with them. It was the first ever collaboration between Cuban dancers and a Cuban-American choreographer. Pedro would call the dance Horizons, and after extended negotiations, both the U.S. and Cuban governments decided to allow the project and to allow a WNET film crew to follow Pedro on his journey home.
Just looking through the windows of the plane and the beginning to see the land, the Cuban land, my body completely electrified with emotion and passions and memories. And then getting out of the plane and feel that they say, oh my God, I'm here. And the smell of the air, the heat, the energy is something so special that only a Cuban who born in Cuba can tell you. I can hear the percussions and the energy coming from that room. The technique and the passion and the beautiful arms and bodies. It's like back to my roots, back to my identity, it's back to who I am.
When you see Pedro, do you see an American or a Cuban?
Cuando veo a Pedro, veo a un cubano.
Pedro definitivamente es una mezcla.
Como vivió aquí, eso forma parte de él. Incluso se le ve hasta en su forma de a veces de hablar, que tiene de cubano, lo tiene.
Y el puñal de 15 balas, yo se lo voy a enseñar.
Se veía que era muy cubano.
We think that he has the Cuban inside.
I've been here, this is my third time, so every time that I return, it's like putting back all my skin in my body.
How much of the dance was already choreographed in your mind when you arrived in Havana?
Not very much. I don't have much of the dance created in my mind. I have images. For Horizon, Horizonte in Spanish. Well, I want to do an open piece. For me, always the pieces have to have a story behind. I have time to walk around the Havana and fall in love with the architect of the old Havana, seeing the people walking in the street and the way they move with the breeze of the warm weather. And so that's already images that I started already putting in my mind. They bring me to the church of La Virgen de Regla. Is the version of Regla. In the Afro-Cuban religion, it related to Yemayá, the goddess of the ocean. That image gets stuck in my mind. I had the opportunity to walk around the Malecón, and I saw that, you know, the ocean splashing waters. The water was telling me, use me, do something with me. You have to be part of your dance.
We're like in the beginning stages of creating this piece, but definitely there's a big connection between being here in the island and his movement.